Yeah, the system is likely going to continue to move on a pretty quick pace, but when it gets to the Gulf of Mexico, it does appear that it may slow down just a little bit. And that could allow for some slight reorganization as it gets back towards the southern part of the Gulf of Mexico and into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Now, in terms of the track, we really don't see it pivoting all that much. Obviously, there could be some fluctuations, and you can see some of the damage actually that was caused from Hurricane Elsa as it passed through the Lesser Antilles near Barbados, where they had wind gusts close to 86 miles per hour with the system yesterday. Now the system a little bit weaker, max sustained winds officially at 75, but expecting that this could be downgraded to a tropical storm later this morning based on some of the Hurricane Hunter reconnaissance data that we're getting. So again, it is expected to move into the eastern part of the Gulf of Mexico. That track still pinpointed somewhere up and down the Florida Peninsula with a landfall as we go towards the latter part of Monday and into Tuesday. That's kind of when those rain bands are going to start to move onshore near the Florida Keys, Miami-Dade, Broward, etc. And then this moves closer towards Tampa Bay as we head towards early on Tuesday. So I know that you kind of messaged me earlier. You said it's kind of ironic, right? Elsa, the Frozen jokes, we've seen the memes all over. The track takes this very close to Disney World, ironically.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are wishing that Elsa would just let it go, right? Especially in Surfside, Florida. We just heard from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis that they are expecting Elsa to impact search and rescue operations following the deadly condo collapse, and he's urging people to take heed to the warnings that they're issuing. But just in general, it is hurricane season. What should people do to stay prepared?
Yeah, we kind of preach this with each and every system, right? It really goes a long way to be prepared before any system heads your way. So whether you're watching up and down the Florida Peninsula and could possibly see impacts from this system, or anywhere along the Gulf Coast or Eastern Seaboard, it's important to kind of just do those simple preparations that can save you a lot of time in the event that you see a storm come your way, right? I'm based here in New Orleans, and obviously we're an extremely flood-prone city. And one thing I always say for residents is just trimming those tree limbs around your house can really go a long way with, if you do have wind gusts with a storm during hurricane season, having those tree limbs kind of trimmed around your house to where they're not rubbing up and down the shingles and impacting the structure of the home. That's very important. And also cleaning out your storm drains. Very important when you have that threat for heavy rainfall, that flow of water. It's very easy to get it to go down the drain if the drains aren't clogged. So I always say, make sure that you have the drains unclogged rather, in the event that you have heavy rain from a storm. And those simple preparations, like you mentioned, of getting those hurricane safety kits. Sometimes the food that you might have put in there in the 2018 hurricane season, it's gone stale, right? So if you had a system, you would want to make sure that you have the non-perishable foods that are not stale or outdated, and also a lot of water for each member of your family.
All right, hurricane safety tips. You heard it here first on News Now from Fox, and from the best, I might add, Meteorologist Scot Pile with the Environmental Defense Fund. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Great, thanks so much for having me, and stay safe.